This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
This truck right here is the new Ford Ranger with a brand new twin turbocharged V6 engine. And I'm thinking it might just be the best mid-size pickup truck for towing.
Period.
Yes.
How are we going to test that though?
Well, luckily we're here at the Ike Gauntlet, the world's toughest towing test. And earlier this year, we had a 5 pickup truck shootout on this mountain. And that was won by a Chevy Colorado Trail Boss.
Which you owned previously.
Yes.
Do you think this is going to be better than what you owned?
Well, let's run it. Let's find out. The truck we have for testing today is this crew cab short bed Ford Ranger. It's the only configuration the Ford Ranger comes in right now. And it's a Lariat, so it's a fancy one. It's a 4x4. It's got a sport package, all-terrain wheels, and that new for the Ranger 2.7 liter V6. Okay, Jen, so the first test, the downhill portion, is actually more important. And that's because it's safety related, right?
Okay.
Can you control the big trailer or any trailer down the mountain?
Right.
So we will be counting brake applications like we always do. Mm-hmm. So my goal is to leave the tunnel at about 50 miles an hour, which is the speed limit here, and then see, we cannot go over the speed limit, which is 60 down there.
Okay.
So, and that's your job. You're going to count the brake applications.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have to make sure that we're braking all the way down to 50 miles an hour again.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So here we are. 50 miles an hour. I'm releasing the brake pedal. Beautiful.
Let's see how it goes.
Yes.
Okay, I do have to ask though.
Yes.
What's with the cowboy hat?
Thank you for asking.
What's going on?
It's been kind of a tradition with Mr. Truck and I.
Oh, okay.
I know he's not here for this video, but it's been that tradition. He's the true cowboy, right? And I always aspired to be like him. And then a couple years ago, he wanted to pass the mantle of Mr. Truck to me.
I love it.
So that was very special. So that's the reason.
You gotta keep it going then.
Yeah. So here we are. We're with 61.
Okay. Let's add the tally.
All right, so I use my brake, and take a look. We already, Ford is telling us which gear we're in. We're 4th out of 10.
Okay.
And it downshifted pretty nicely, but it was very smooth. I don't think you even noticed it.
No, the ride itself is also relatively pretty comfortable for what we're hauling, too.
Yeah. So we have 500 pounds of load on that hitch, right? We're towing 5,000-pound trailer. And we can show the trailer now.
So I know we've got a few trailers in our lineup. Which one do we have today?
Well, this is our Big Tex. Basically, it's a tilt trailer, but the deck is about 20 feet long.
Okay. And
the trailer itself weighs just over 3,000 pounds. And we have this brand new Polaris 4-seater General XP.
This thing's huge.
Yeah.
So how much is all of this together?
Just over 5,000 pounds.
Okay.
So we did not run over the scales today, but we had a Rivian R1T in our fleet.
Yeah.
And that had a weight estimator, and it said just over 5,000 pounds.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
That's solid.
Here we are. We're approaching our second brake application. Here it is.
Already. That was pretty quick. All right.
Oh, look, it went to 3rd.
Oh, it's really, it's really going down in gear. Okay.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty good.
All right, Ranger.
So that means the grade shifting algorithm of the transmission is working pretty well.
It's understanding we're going down right now.
So it has a lot of information. For example, the status screen here. It shows like -4 degrees.
Okay.
Which is really, the grade of this highway, the I-70 Eisenhower Tunnel here, is about 7.
Yeah.
Which equates to about between 3 and 4 degrees.
Right.
So that's a pretty extreme test.
It is, yeah. And I mean, it's been in this shift for quite a while compared to the first brake that we had to do.
Yeah, I think it maybe understood where it was.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like we're really doing this.
It's still in 3rd gear too. All right.
And it still has a little bit of RPM before the red line.
Yeah, you can tell it's a higher rev right now, but there's still more to go.
But what would you say? I would say it's not really like nerve-wracking. I mean, the engine is pretty quiet.
Oh, I don't feel nerve-wracked at all. This is very comfortable. I feel like it's in control.
At the very beginning of this video, we said, could this be the best towing midsize truck ever made? That's a big question.
I mean, that is a big question mark.
Yes, but right now, I've touched it only twice. Right?
Yeah, I mean, how many times did you have to do this in your Colorado by this time?
Several. Our brake gain is set, everything is proper, and I think I will have to do my first brake application coming up here in a second. Yes, here it is.
Okay, there's one.
This is my first brake application.
It's in the books.
By the way, GM does not have a gear indicator.
Oh, I
mean,
know.
I
yeah,
can put it in-
selector. Yeah, exactly.
I can put it in manual shift mode or the range select mode. Second one.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. That's 12 brake applications, guys. 12. So for the Chevy Colorado, 12 brake applications.
Yep.
That's not a good performance.
No.
It's been so easy to set up this truck and trailer this morning because we're using our WaySafe hitch. And specifically, I did not choose our weight distribution WaySafe hitch because I wanted to make as hard as possible on this truck. I wanted to see if it sways any. But this hitch has a scale. It shows about 500 pounds, which is the perfect distribution. We want 10% of the trailer weight on the hitch, and I can verify it right here. And I also adjusted it for height, so the truck and trailer are perfectly level right now. It was super easy. Well, we're basically nearing the end of the downhill. Look, it's basically holding 59 miles an hour now.
Wow.
And it's been beautiful.
2 brake applications the whole way down.
Yeah, let's see. We need to reach this kind of like that yellow sign.
Okay.
But we're basically done. Yep, it's slowing down. We're leveling off.
57, 56. Wow,
It's done.
Andre.
2.
That's it.
Okay, so, all right, you could argue if we put about 1,200 pounds more of weight in the
Okay,
back,
yeah.
it could have been more.
Right,
Let's
is
say
more weight
4,
would go faster.
5 brake applications, 6.
Still.
But still, it's under 10.
Still, that's great.
It's really great performance.
Yeah.
Yes. It was really easy too. Like I didn't have to do anything. I didn't, had to adjust my gain on the trailer brake controller. Nothing.
Nothing. Just turn
did
it on.
Yeah.
That was it.
All right, now we have to see how it goes up the mountain.
Okay.
This Ford Ranger is actually pretty expensive. And if you were to keep a truck like this for like 5, 6, 7 years, I would really recommend that you look at Granger Motors and their factory-backed extended warranties. You could check it out there. They're the most popular seller of these warranties, which means they have the best values. You could save up to $1,300. But then you can get this truck serviced after you get it warranted anywhere in the country. You don't have to go to Granger Motors for that as well. So it's pretty convenient, and it kind of gives you a peace of mind because you have a lot of new tech in this truck. You kind of have a new engine that is now in this truck. So if you want to own it for a long time and also have the protection, check out Granger Motors. So now we'll find out if the fact that Ford added a twin-turbo V6 to the Ranger, if it's actually really worth the money, right? Because we have more power, more torque, but do we have the performance? All right, you ready?
Ready.
And hit it.
Start.
Come on, kick down. I didn't want to kick down. Okay, I'll tell you when I'm at 60.
Okay, you tell me.
I'm at 60 now.
Stop. 15.63 seconds.
All right, let's keep going. Keep it rolling again.
Okay.
So, 15 seconds, it's nothing to like really write home about, but we've had definitely slower trucks
Okay.
on this test. So it's pretty good. You know what I'm gonna do that I usually don't do? I'm going to set my cruise control.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking this engine has so much power
Yeah.
that it may just keep its own pace. That might be just fine.
Let's see. What are our revs at?
2,500 RPM, which means this engine, let me show the gear we're in. We're in 7th gear.
Okay.
And actually, out of the 10-speed transmission, 7th gear is 1-to-1. So it's basically kind of direct drive. So it's not like an efficiency gear, and it's also not like a performance gear right now. So I think it's so far so good, but we still need to climb.
Yeah, we've got a lot to climb.
Yeah.
7% to be exact.
7% grade. Also 8 miles.
Yep.
Right? So a perfect result would be about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that means we're maintaining 60 miles an hour for 8 miles.
That makes sense.
8 minutes.
So, not that it matters, but this engine bay, it's not very pretty.
No, it's functional, okay?
It's functional, for sure.
So, Ford's been doing this for a while where they don't have any plastic covers. They're kind of letting it all hang out here.
Nada.
But 2.7 twin turbo has been around. This is not the first time this engine has been introduced. It's been in the F-150 trucks. It's been in the Ford Bronco, the big one. It's been in several other SUVs across the board for Lincoln and Ford. So now it's here. 315 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic, and a 3.73 to 1 rear axle. There's a question that some of our viewers have been asking us because the Ranger has had that 4-cylinder engine for forever, right? It's a 2.3 liter. And then as soon as this 2.7 liter came out in the Ranger, which is now, everybody's asking, can you do more towing with it? Is the rating higher?
What do you think?
It's not. It's not. I mean, technically, it's the same 7,500 pounds that it was. Oh, it downshifted.
Or in 6 now?
6.
Okay.
So it's really not like they didn't operate it to like 8,000 pounds or anything like that. I think really the benefit of this engine is just ease of use, right?
Right. You know, it's not the 3.0 and the Raptor.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of a nice middle ground.
And also the Raptor engine, people forget, the Raptor truck actually weighs a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's got kind of heavier chassis, big shocks, big tires, big, you know.
It's a big boy.
And this truck, I mean, it's a Lariat, so it's very luxurious, actually.
It is nice in here.
So what I would do, if I was choosing a Ranger, I think, and if I was pulling trailers, you know, certain smaller trailers, I think I would get an XLT, actually.
Oh, okay.
So the V6 is available in the XLT, because it's a truck. I don't want all the leather.
You don't need all the creature comforts and the fanciness. Yeah. You don't need the sparkles and the dash. That's not for you, Andre?
Not necessarily. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, if you're intending to use this truck like a truck and you need to tow everything, you know, I guess it really depends on what you're interested in, but you probably aren't going to need all of the fanciness that comes along with it if you're intending to really use this to haul all the time.
Yeah, but I guess it's about your budget too.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
I mean, you could have a little bit bigger budget, so maybe you're retiring.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a little bit more money and maybe you want to be cuddled, you know, in some nicer stuff, but I mean, it just depends.
Right.
But a lot of our commenters say, you guys are saying, make it cheaper, right? Make it more affordable.
Right.
Which is kind of like what I'm thinking as well. All right, I'm gonna start the truck because we need to go over the technology that's available.
Yeah. What do we have?
So it's actually pretty cool. I like the way Ford does it, and I really love the way GM does it as well. So first of all, in the towing screen, so you can go to like main menu and you can click towing, and you're gonna be, you know, at this screen, you could define trailers. You can have multiple. You can have a default. You can add it. You could select it. So I defined a trailer, called it Ike 5000, and this is it. Kind of keeps track of it. So you see, like we drove from Boulder. No, I don't want to reset it. And it's kind of keeping track of what this trailer has been doing for us.
That's awesome.
You could select trailer brake gain. It also has Pro Trailer Backup Assist. So it's got this knob. So it will help you. You can push this. And it will kind of help you steer the trailer in reverse.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think, and also the trailer brake controller is right here next to my right hand. I'm right-handed. So it's really easy for me to like check it out and
Yeah.
like adjust it.
Adjust.
So as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the best towing techs out there. I think it's about now we should check the sound level of this truck.
You got it. Have
So
our-
hold on a second. So before we start, let me make sure we're in the right area. We want to try to do it in the same part of the mountain.
Okay.
So I'll be quiet now. Let's be quiet for a second and let's measure. $68, $69.
69.
Okay, so that's a pretty good result.
Yeah.
I mean, we're passing some traffic. Usually I always say like everything below 70 decibels, it's really good.
It's comfortable.
As soon as you get over like 70 decibels, like I think right now we're talking about 82 decibels maybe.
Yeah.
As soon as you get over 70 decibels, you feel like you have to like raise your voice all of a sudden.
Then you feel like you're in a Jeep with huge tires.
It's rolling at 3,100 RPM.
This is a very comfortable ride so far, I have to admit. It's smooth, it's quiet. I barely feel like we're towing anything at all. I'm impressed, Ranger.
I kind of know we're towing because like the acceleration I'm noticing is not quite the same.
For you, yes, yeah.
Because I can tell that as a
Right.
driver. But like, if I wasn't driving, I agree with you. There's not much bouncing. It's very stable,
Yeah.
very quiet.
Yeah. Couldn't ask for much more.
All the good stuff. All right, so 35. I'm at 35. I'm gonna nail it. I'll tell you when. And now.
Let her rip.
Okay. I mean, it's not neck-breaking acceleration. And I'm at 16 now. 14.
14.8.
We need to look at our time. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sorry, we had some traffic. And stopping now.
7.54.
7 minutes, 54 seconds. Almost 55. And 5.1 mpg.
Okay, wow, good MPG.
5.1 mpg. All right, so with the trailer weight, the height, at least to the fender here, is exactly 36 inches, 3 feet. And if you look underneath, I just looked, and the axle is just touching the bump stop. So we still have a couple of inches of that soft bump stop, and then we're going to be running out of suspension. But I think the way it is, it's actually pretty good. All right, so we're going to approach that second set of lights. And then that's when we stop our timer. And I also have a secondary timer here. So
Okay.
we'll check both timers.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. And then I'll tell you also the MPG,
Good.
according to the truck,
Uh-huh.
and also the time.
Get close.
All right, so that green light right there.
Oh, it's gonna be real close, Andre.
And stopping the clock now. What is it?
8 minutes, 17, or 8 minutes
And 17 100ths of a second?
yes, not even 17 seconds. That was remarkable.
So that's the perfect result we're looking for.
It
Right.
couldn't be any more perfect.
Yeah, because we said 8 minutes is a benchmark run.
Right.
And that's what we got.
Nailed it.
And it was about 6 mpg. So right now it's a little bit better since we've slowed down.
Uh-huh.
But 6 mpg, I mean, you have to calibrate yourself, okay?
Right, okay.
So most of the trucks, like I'm talking about mid-size segment, not heavy duties or full size, we saw between like 4 and 5 mpg usually, towing slightly heavier loads, right? So 6 mpg for pulling 5,000 pounds, it's a really good result. I mean, it would be a little bit worse if we were heavier,
Right.
but I still think it's up there.
We just finished up the Ike Gauntlet. How do you think it did?
Well, I'm super happy. And let's just go over the results, right? So 2 brake applications, amazing.
Which is nothing.
Perfect time up the mountain, 8 minutes.
On the dot.
6 mpg, or maybe a little bit better than 6 mpg.
Okay, yeah.
But most of all, I mean, yes, it's not totally apples to the
Right.
Chevy, right? But most of all, what struck me is that everything was smooth.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
Quiet. comfortable.
And that's
no bouncing.
that's how I would define a great towing vehicle, right?
Yeah.
No drama. You just going cross country with your trailer.
Ease.
And that's what you want. So I'm gonna call it right now. It is the best midsize truck for towing right now.
Nailed it.
Bam. And next time we're gonna get you a cowboy hat, okay?
I'm down. I'm down. Giddy up.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place.